Hey, what's up, everyone? This is Christ Plug. God put this on my heart to speak to you, and I hope that you take the time to listen to this all the way through because this is a personal reason as well as a reason that God put in my heart. But if not, just take your leave for a little while and then come back to look back at this where you started. Back when you started, anyways. You know what I'm saying. Anyways, today I'm talking about death. As you know, my mother died 2 years ago, 2020. My mom died a year ago, not 2 years ago. 2022. It was spring or summer. I miss her to this day and I love her to this day. But I want to say I realized what death was before my mom died. And that is part of becoming a believer. And as believers, we face many trials, and this was a trial in and of itself, my mother's death. So that being said, I realized what death was. And I saw what death was when I was confronted and woke up to the shock of my mother struggling to hold on to her life, dying on the floor with only me and my dad helping. I wasn't hysterical as I was when I saw her have a seizure for the first time. But that woman was a tough woman. That woman was a tough girl, so. A tough female my mom was. She never gave up. She loved me and she cared about me, but aside from remembering my mother today, I want to say that death is an enemy, but as you recall from the video I made when you feel like death is to be preferred, you can also argue the fact that death is a gift in a way, because it delivers you of trials. It delivers you of pains, sorrows, griefs, anguishes. Now, in saying this, by no means am I saying kill yourself, or by no means am I saying go drink bleach, go take a shotgun and blicky your head. No. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that at all. What I am saying is, death is just like my autism, is a blessing and a curse. But I'm also saying that it's also an enemy. First and foremost, death is an enemy. But whenever you are an Eon 3 and what you want to do is die, it's perfectly understandable. If any one believer comes to me and says, Brett, I want to kill myself. Christ plug, I want to die. My response would not be to get a Hellcat, go at breakneck speeds to go to that person's house, to basically kick in their door, tie them to a chair, and make them rethink their decisions. No. That would not be my reaction. My reaction would be to say is, first I would exhort them to try to live, to try to make it to the snatching away. But then I'd say, in the relative, it is up to you if you want to end your life. It is up to you if you want to continue the race. In the relative. God ultimately knows what they're going to do. I don't, because I'm not God. We don't have future insight. We can't see into the future. We don't have a damn dojutsu that can make us see the future. We don't have visions of what that person is going to do. But the best we can do is try to the best thing we can try to do is exhort them to live. And if they don't want to live, that's their decision. In the relative, I could see the fear in dying, and I could also see the ignorant bliss, the bliss in general, and the comfort of dying. But it's also an enemy. God saves all, and all are going to live at the consummation. And anyone who's ever existed, and this has been a thought of mine many times, anyone who's ever existed through any period of time, World War I, World War II, the Prohibition era, the Meiji Restoration, the 17-year war, or 7-year war in Britain, the time of the samurai, the time of the Zhang dynasty or a Chinese dynasty. Just think, any period of time you think of, right? Any period of fucking time you think of. That person, whether they are a emperor, a king, or just a lame ass fucking peon, they are going to live at the consummation. Whether they're a somebody or a nobody, they're going to live at the consummation. But anyways, back to death. It's an enemy. It's to be avoided if possible. But anyways, I'm trying to exhort y'all to live too. Because we're almost at the end of this race. It's almost over. It is almost over. Comfort one another with these words.